G5 jet. I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
Welcome back, everybody. eSIM Studios, a YouTube channel. We are live on this Sunday evening. Got a quick episode, got a quick live stream for everybody here today. Got some OnePlus news, and if we can get to it, if we have time, want to see what your opinion is, thoughts of in regards to the upcoming flagship from Samsung. We'll see where that goes if we get there. Want to see how everybody's doing. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Let me turn this down just a little bit here. I'm rearranging my setup, so it's interesting. I'm running my stream. Typically, I have a mini PC that I just use for streaming, but I did a video on this the other day. I have a HDMI. What is it? A Type C video out hub. Where, anyways, long story short, I don't want to bore you. I have a completely different setup. Kind of wanted to see how this goes. One of the other reasons why we're going live, other than to check on y'all, see how y'all are doing. But I'm running the stream off of my HP OmniBook Ultra Flip. I think that's the official name. I was just looking at new HPs. My daughter was like, I think she finished. I think her school is done, I think, this week. And she was like, Dad, I might need a new computer next year, or for this upcoming next school year. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, well, it's true. She's got typically all upgrade and then give her my old PC. She's not a heavy PC user. She's like strictly mobile. So I'm like, yeah, that's true. Hers is a few years, and the one I had that for a few years, and I've had the HP OmniBook for a couple. I think I'm going on year 2 on this, or I'm past 12 months. I'm in like month 13 or 14 with this. So long story short, I don't even know where I was going with this story. Timeout. We'll get to the news here. I'm just rambling at this point, but so I was checking PC prices and I was like, holy crap. I was thinking about getting me a new laptop and giving her the one I currently have. But the one I currently have is so good, I don't want to let it go. Especially looking at the prices. Nothing against HP. This encapsulates the entire PC world. The prices are insane. Oh my god, it's crazy. And remember, Microsoft recommends 32 gigs now for onboard RAM. And so I'm like, oh my god, they all come. The PC world hasn't caught up yet to Windows recommendations. So all the base models come at 16 gigs, and to add like 32 gigs, or I guess technically to add 16 more to make it 32, they add on like hundreds of dollars, like $400. I'm like, Jesus, man. So now I'm like, should I buy new? Should I buy used? What a pain in that. But look, point is, I don't think I'm gonna let this PC go. I think I'm gonna get her something. But it doesn't look like a 32 gig is gonna work. If she was a heavy PC user, like did a bunch of editing, she does all the social media stuff, but she does it all from her phone. Whatever. So I have a new setup. I got my HP OmniBook X Ultra Flip. I don't know what it's called, something like that. I've got 2 monitors hooked up to that, so I have PC, 2 extra monitors, so 3 total. I'm running my webcam from my S27 Ultra, and then beside it, I'm running an external monitor with Samsung DeX. First time doing this, so kind of cool because I can do everything I need on my mobile with this monitor right in front of me, right beside the webcam with DeX. And I got my main phone here. And we're going to talk about OnePlus. So let's get into it without any further ado. Now, before we jump into the OnePlus news, I must tell you, this YouTube channel is sponsored by Lyca Mobile. If you got a couple of phones hanging around here and think, yeah, I might need an extra line. Maybe your child needs their own line now. Look, you can get Lyca Mobile very, very affordable. 18 gigs, high speed 5G data that run off of the big boy towers, plus unlimited talk and text to over 100 countries for only $7.50 per month. That's correct. $7.50 per month. Very, very affordable. That's like less than a freaking meal at McDonald's per month. Like, that's cheap. And if you want to go unlimited, they have an unlimited plan, unlimited data, talk, text for $18 per month. They also have other plans as well. If you don't want to use 18 gigs of data on that $7.50, they have something better than that. So link down below in the description box, Lyca Mobile. We do appreciate the sponsorship. And IMEI Certified and IMEICertified.com. Get your IMEI Certified Clean status. What they do is they convert lost and stolen devices to clean and clear status so you can use them again. Now, they're directly tied into the carrier servers, into the manufacturer servers, and into the GSMA database. So they can directly convert any lost or stolen device back to clean and clear so you can use the device once again. Phenomenal. IMEI Certified, IMEICertified.com. Link down below. Now, I could have sworn, in fact, let me check. So OnePlus and OnePlus 15, big update that was pushed to devices. I could have sworn I just updated to this operating system literally just a couple of days ago. I was actually going to make a video about it, and I see this headline pop up saying that the latest Oxygen OS updates are pulled, meaning OnePlus issued them, and then they found an issue, a big issue, and scaled it back, meaning they pulled back the update, so it's not available. Now, if you want to give me just a second, let me see what mine is on. Let's see here. Where's the about phone? There we go. About device. So mine is on Oxygen OS 16.0.5. I think that's the latest one. So I think mine got updated, but it was not affected. Now, if you have a OnePlus 15, you're going to want to pay attention to this. And this is a perfect example, and I'm going to share my screen here so everybody can see what I'm talking about. This is a perfect example. I was just commenting, it was either in my comments or it was in somebody else's comments on YouTube. Look, I'm on YouTube all day. Even I don't have my face in my phone all day, but I'm always listening to a podcast. Like today, I was listening to a 5-hour long Sean Ryan show episode, right? Just listen to it while you do your daily activities. But I remember commenting because somebody was saying how it's so stupid how Android, or I think it was Samsung, it was Samsung. Oh yes, it was Samsung, about how stupid it was that they weren't releasing this update fix for the battery drain bug. They were saying how stupid it was that Samsung doesn't just release their updates immediately like Apple does, right? When there's an iOS update, boom, each and every iPhone that's eligible will get the update, and or if you check, it will say, hey, there's an update available. So Apple essentially issues their updates to hundreds of millions of iPhones at one time. Now, there's pros and cons to each, but the reason why Android and or Android manufacturers essentially release their updates in a staggered release set, meaning instead of doing it like Apple, where once they release an update, everybody's eligible, Android manufacturers, and this obviously OnePlus, Samsung, Nothing, they all do staggered releases. So if they know that they have, let's say for the OnePlus 15, perfect example, we're going to talk about that. Let's say there are, for this model, what is it? The CPH 2749, I think, is the unlocked US model. Let's say there are 300, I'm just pulling a number, I have no clue of how many devices they sold, but let's just say 300,000 of them, right? So they'll do it by IMEI numbers as far as how they release their updates. So I'm just using this as an example. They'll essentially break it up into 3 sets. Maybe 100,000 will get the update over the next 3 days, and then the next 100,000 will get their updates over the next 3 days, and then the next 100,000 will get their updates over the next 3 days. They do that specifically because of this news story that we're talking about. There could be an issue with the update, and if there is, they immediately pull back and readjust that update and reissue it at a later time. And they do that on purpose, so not every single device or not a huge amount of people are affected by that update. You see what I'm saying? Because in this latest version of in this latest version of Oxygen OS, it's causing some devices to brick, meaning after you update it and it says restart your device, after you restart it, some devices were just going to the boot animation and getting stuck. It's like, well, what the hell's going on? So if you are one of those people, we'll see what you can do. Now, I have a little hint and or clue about what you can do, but this is exactly why they do this in staggered rollouts. Now, I get the frustration because on the other side, you have like Samsung, where this update, that battery drain update affected millions of people. I mean, it was pretty freaking bad. Again, I think it was the worst. It's the worst update I've had outside of a beta program where my phone wouldn't last but a few hours. I mean, I know there's a few people that have more than a few have commented saying the same thing. Like within a few hours, their phone is dead. And we're talking from a full charge. It's almost unbelievable how fast it just dies. So I get it on the other side of the street where you're like, well, this battery drain issue is so bad, Samsung needs to hurry, rush, and put a fix out. I get that. But the very last thing you want is them rushing this update and essentially bricking your phone. Because then you have a bigger issue on hand. And look, for as much shit as we give these companies, especially Samsung, they're doing all they can, most they can as far as the developers. They work round the clock, right, to try to get these things solved. And sure, there's frustration, and sure, they don't want to admit when they're wrong sometimes, right, because it would look bad on the company. But there's people working behind this, and we're going to go to OnePlus's community post here, and the lead developer for the Oxygen OS put out a statement that we're about to check out. But here's the update. So it says the latest Oxygen OS update for OnePlus devices is on pause. And okay, so it is Oxygen OS 1607 in version 1605. Now, what did I just say? I have 1605. Now, I think there's two different... Yeah, I have 16.0.5 on mine right now. Let's see if I can do this without showing any IMEIs. 1605 right there. You see that? So I think 1605 is going to the global model, and I think probably 1607 is going to the China model, probably, right? Because there's two main models. However, I don't know if it's 1605 point whatever. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can go to... And if you have a OnePlus 15, let me know if you've received the update. Maybe you're... Now, look, it would not brick every single device that received this update. It was maybe, I don't know, 5%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you think about it, 5% of 100,000 people is quite a few devices. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. It says some OnePlus users who installed the update on their phone ended up in a boot loop, basically turning their OnePlus handsets into paperweights. OnePlus seeks the root cause of the issue and is also working on a fix. Yes, they should be. Let's see here. Company issues apology. We're about to go see that. Here are the phones affected. The statement from the OnePlus did not mention any specific models. Oxygen OS 1607 was earmarked for the OnePlus 15 series. Okay, so that makes sense to me. So technically, I have not yet received the update because I'm on 1605 right now, but 1607 is specific to the OnePlus 15. The software was released in the United States and India. Models receiving Oxygen OS 1605 update most likely include, okay, so 1607 was specifically for OnePlus 15, and then 1605 is for devices OnePlus 13, OnePlus 12, OnePlus 12R, OnePlus Nord 5, OnePlus Nord 4, OnePlus Nord CE5, OnePlus Nord CE4. Let's go to... Damn, where is that store? It's got to be in India. Or is that no, that's in China. Let's see here. Let's go to the statement. So here's the statement. Rinky W, he's like a lead developer for OnePlus, who does a lot of community posts in their community forum. And if you have a OnePlus, just go to the OnePlus community app, and it's all right there. So here's what their lead developer says. We are aware that a small number of devices are experiencing abnormal restart and boot issues after updating to version 1607 and 1605. To ensure device stability and protect user experience, we have immediately paused the rollout of the above-mentioned builds while our engineering team investigates the root cause and prepares a fix. Our teams are actively working on this with the highest priority. Once the issue is fully resolved and the builds have been thoroughly validated for stability and reliability, the rollout will resume and further updates will be shared through our official channels. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience and concern this has caused. We understand the impact this may have on affected users, and we are taking this matter extremely seriously. At this time, we are reviewing and strengthening our testing and quality assurance processes to help prevent similar situations in the future. Thank you for your patience, understanding, and continued trust. And as well as, look, this also proves the commitment that OnePlus has to current devices, because we all know they're pulling back from the world stage, but they are dedicated to updating these devices, to supporting these devices. That's why I felt comfortable going back to this, right? Remember, I sold my original one when the news came out they were pulling back. Freaked out a little bit too early, and I was like, man, I really miss that phone. Let me go grab another one. And this is a perfect example of, I think that was a good decision. And if you're considering getting one, I think you should not even worry about them pulling back. I think you need to get the phone if you want that phone and can afford it, and enjoy it, because they can pull back from the world stage but still support their devices. Remember, the OnePlus company technically is not going under. They're just, consolidating and operating out of China and India, but they're still going to issue updates for phones all across the world. Okay? They are going to do that. Legally, they have to do that. Oppo has merged them with Realme, but the developers are still in-house. The developers still go to work each and every day, just like you and I, and continually are working on these updates. So what if you have an affected device? What do you do, right? I'm sure, again, it's probably a small number of people, but what are we talking about? 1,000, 2,000 people? Maybe. But to be completely honest with you, I have no idea. But let's think about this. So if you have an affected device, meaning you updated this when they first rolled out and your phone is stuck in a boot loop, There is a flashing tool, and I think you can find it on XDA. If I thought about this before the stream, I would have had everything linked up. I don't want to go scouring through the internet because I got to get off here in a few minutes. But maybe I'll do that for tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that in the meantime. On tomorrow's live stream, I'll let you know where you can go to download the flashing tool, download the previous operating system, stable build, and flash it through there. Or yeah, I guess you would have to because you can't get in your operating system. I was going to say you could use Oxygen OS Updater, but how are you going to use that if you can't get in your phone? So let me look into that in the meantime. And tomorrow, make sure you subscribe to the channel so when I go live tomorrow, maybe we'll go through that together. If you have an affected device, what you can do to solve it, I guess, right? Let's see here. You should get a OnePlus. Should I get a OnePlus 15? I live in the USA. Will it work? Yes. In fact, I'm using it right now as my phone. So it works, and it works better than any other phone in the United States that you can buy in the United States. I made a video yesterday kind of explaining myself, but yes, it'll work, and it'll work wonderfully. It's such a good phone that not many are for sale. I mean, not many people are getting rid of them. It's better than the Samsung S26 Ultra. It's better than the iPhone 17 Pro Max. It's better than the Pixel 10 Pro XL. I mean, when the Motorola Foldable comes out, obviously, depending on how you look at it, I'm not a big fan of foldables. So I still don't know if I'm going to get one or not, the Motorola Foldable. But what other phone is better? You can't name one, in my opinion. So yes, if you can find a good one at a good price, you can afford it, I say go for it. You're still going to get monthly updates. You're still getting support from the company. They said they're still going to uphold their warranty information and all that. So yeah, I think if you want one and you can afford it, I think you need to pull the trigger and enjoy it because it's been a blast to use. So I definitely support them and what they're doing. What's going on, Daniel? It sucks they're going away. We all know this, especially with the OnePlus 16 leaks. I'm like, oh man, they got to pull out right before like the real flagship comes out, because those specs, I think we did a video on it the other day, are insane. Yes, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Have you ever tried OnePlus Watch? No, I haven't. I'm tempted to buy OnePlus Watch 4 to pair with my Oppo phone instead of my Galaxy Watch Ultra. Yeah, the Galaxy Watch Ultra, the sensors on there suck. My wife uses a Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 Classic, and the heart rate sensors, the blood pressure, what is it? Blood pressure? No, beats. The heartbeats, beats per minute, suck. Pixel Watch sensors are very accurate. I don't know one about the watch. I've never owned a OnePlus watch. You know, Oppo has a watch though. It came out. It was released. It's not really talked about, but the Oppo released a watch that I'm assuming goes with the Find Ultra, X9 Ultra, and the X9 Pro. You might want to look into. I've heard it's a pretty nice watch, but I've never owned one. But I mean, I'm sure. I guess it'll be okay. I mean, I don't really know. You might want to go look on YouTube for some reviews, like the OnePlus Watch 4 versus Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra. Right? The Galaxy Watch Ultra has the same sensors as the classics do. They're just not that accurate for whatever reason. Again, I'm not a smartwatch person, but she wears hers 24/7 and tells me that the sensors on there just suck. So she made the switch to Samsung. I keep on telling her, yo, go use your old Pixel, not old Pixel watch, but I've been telling her, you know, you can pair your Pixel watch with your Samsung, right? She's like, I know, but yeah, you miss out on a couple of features. I'm like, oh, okay. Hey, what's going on? It's a pleasure to see you. Me too. The more and more we get closer to one of that launch in November, more leaks and more leaks will start to come out. But I just, I guess we don't know for sure if it's going to be launched. I'm gonna say right now it looks like it's just going to be a China launch, but I guess there's a sliver of chance, a very small, slim possibility that they could release it globally, just not in the US, which would suck still because it would be like Oppo, or you'd have to go to eBay to buy it. But a OnePlus 16 will be launched. Now, if it's China only, then you're going to struggle with the frequencies and the bands here with our carriers. It's just not going to work well. But we shall wait and see. I'm excited. This morning I was able to snag a 15R in mint condition for $450. Damn, you know, the last R series device I had was the 12R. I really like that device. In fact, that's probably a good phone to get. Battery life is, I think, even better than its sibling, the flagship sibling. They're really good devices. So I think that's a fantastic option. That's a really nice phone. I think it has a slightly bigger battery, no? Hey, what's going on? Well, thank you. I really appreciate your support. I've got a OnePlus Watch 3. It's great. 3 to 5 days of battery. Usually, it's a little bulky though. Yeah, it does seem like it's a little bulky, doesn't it? Hey, you want to say that you're garbage? Okay, I'm garbage. There you go. Accuracy is pretty good for HR tracking. Not top of the line class, but pretty good. Interesting. Thank you so much for your hard work that you do. I follow you every day, every time from West Africa. Liberia, love OnePlus phone that I have. Wow, congratulations on that device. Man, we got OnePlus users all over the world. No, but thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. It's always fun to see where all the viewers are. I got a lot of people in India, Pakistan. Where do I have? I was just looking at my analytics the other day. I got a lot of people in Southeast Asia, which is interesting. Philippines. It's always, you know, I always kind of get a kick looking at the analytics. I love traveling. So I love going to different parts of the world. So it's flattering, you know, but I do appreciate it for the viewership. Thank you very much. It means a lot. Thank you. Let's see here. Is there any other news on the OnePlus? Because here's the thing. Here's the thing with these updates that get pulled. Yeah, there's some people that are affected, but how do they fix it if it's affected, right? Like if you're stuck in a boot loop, how does OnePlus know that you're check this out. Say my OnePlus 15 here, say it was one of the affected devices and I'm in a boot loop. How does OnePlus know? Because what OnePlus is going to do is issue a update that's not going to have that little bug in there that's going to activate a boot loop. It's just going to update as normal and you carry on. But what about the people that have a boot loop? What do? Because they can't turn their phone on. They can't go into their settings and select update and update their phone. How does OnePlus know? Well, I guess they don't, right? Who has a boot loop and who doesn't. So what if you're one of the affected people? Where are the instructions? I think what you're going to have to do, and again, I'm going to look into this when we get off here in a minute, but I think what you have to do is just stay glued to the forums. Now, most of the time you read the OnePlus community forums on your phone, but if it's in a boot loop, you're going to have to stay glued to the forums on a computer or from another device. Because I think they'll issue instructions on how to get your device up and running and fixed. And I imagine they're going to do the flash tool, have you download a zip and plug your phone into it, put it in fast boot mode and flash the zip. I think that's basically what they're going to have people do. But it sucks because there's a lot of people that have never flashed anything on a phone. It's a little intimidating, right? Quite honestly, when you first do that, I could do it with my eyes closed, or at least I could. I haven't done that in a little while, but I used to do it literally every single day. But it's a little intimidating if you've never done that before, right? Because there's always a chance you can break your phone flashing something, right? What if you flash the wrong file? Or what if you don't unzip it first? Or there's a bunch of stuff, right? So I'll look into that here when we get off and see, because kind of head scratching, right? We're 4 months away from the Oppo Find X10 release. Yeah, I know. I am excited to see where that goes as well. How's it going? Oh, nice. You're one of the lucky ones. He's saying he updated his device before the announcement, before they pulled that update without any problem. You're one of the lucky ones. Now, again, I don't think it was a huge issue. And you got to wonder too, at what percentage, because at what percentage of people that update their phone have to, at what point do they consider it a issue, right? Or is it 1% of the devices that receive the update are boot looped? Is it 5%? Is it 10%? Who knows? It's probably up to each and every manufacturer and their developers or their developer team that, I'm sure they get a lot of response on these forums. That's why these forums are so important, especially with a company not as big as Samsung and or Apple, because when you're selling hundreds of millions of phones a year, I'm sure you're going to hear all sorts of stuff with everything. But when you have, and that's what was so nice about OnePlus, is their own little community. They're more dedicated, more personable, easier to reach out to from somebody like a lead developer for OnePlus than it is trying to reach out to Samsung, right? Now with Samsung, I'm sure you could just do their user support or their chat from their website and you can get somebody. But it's hopefully this fix, I think, who knows? My estimation is that this week they'll issue an update, right? And I can guarantee you they've been working on it all weekend. Hopefully it's sooner than later, but I'm okay with them taking their time. I know I just want them to get it right, but if you're one of the affected people, you want this thing updated ASAP. So I think this week they should probably issue a stable update, right? A stable build of this. I'm hearing that even OnePlus 15S launch might not happen in India. I wanted that one. Yeah, so I don't think it is. Honestly, from what I've been hearing, they're going to separate the two markets. So China will have the flagships, the flagships that continue to come out, including the 16, 16S, 16T, and then the India is going to have the budget phones and or mid-range phones like the Nord series. Now here's the thing, I don't know what they're going to do with the R series, because the R series is attached to the flagship series, right? Like the 1515R or 1616R. Is that R series just going to stick to China in the future, or are they going to release that in India as well? If they release the R series in India, that's going to be our best shot, people in the United States, for getting a OnePlus phone that's as close to a flagship phone as possible, because it'll share some of the similar aspects. Obviously the cameras aren't going to be as good, but it usually has the previous year's flagship specs, right? So if they release the R series in India, maybe worth getting, right? Because look, the Motorola Signature was released in India. When I originally purchased it here, everything worked fine as far as frequencies, your carrier. I got my fingers crossed, but I just, it's probably a little bit too early to tell. Daniel says, still can't wait for the Moto Razr Fold to come in. Took advantage of the free pen and a 10% military vet discount. Not too bad. That reminds me, yeah, I'm like on the cusp. I've come within one click of ordering it and haven't done it yet. I know I have like maybe a week to go to get those pre-order deals. Damn it. I took a screenshot on my phone. If you have not ordered it yet, I'm going to do it after I get off the live stream here. There's a promo code. Somebody put this out online. Now, I don't know if it works or not. I haven't tested it. I was going to test it last night and I just forgot. But I took a screenshot of a promo code that'll get you an extra 10% off maybe. I don't know. We're going to have to, I'll put it out there in a community post, and those of y'all that are interested, at least go through the checkout to see if it'll apply a discount. But it may or may not. I'm just saying. But I am going to save the S27 series leaks for tomorrow. Just got notified that my DoorDash is here. So I got food at the front door. I do appreciate the time. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to look into what to do if you are one of the affected people with this update, right? We got a gentleman here that says, a viewer here that says, hey, he updated his. His is fine. No problems. And I'm sure there's a fair number of people that did that. But for the couple of people that have bricked phones, I'll look into seeing what you can do now and or when that new update comes in. Because again, you have a brick phone. How are you going to update it, right? So, appreciate it. But yeah, I'm going to look into that some more. I'm close. But I saw a review last night, and it really hit home to me because they were saying on the Razr Fold, the front display is so good that they don't even open up the phone to use the inner display. And I was like, holy crap, that probably be me. And I'm like, well, if I'm just using it like a regular phone, if that outer display is so good, it's like a regular flagship, why even open it up? Now I know it was bigger display, but I'm just saying the phone is freaking badass. It's clear. It's going to be the best foldable to buy in America. So it's just me personally, just personal preference, but whatever. I'm going to look into that too. But I must get out of here. I do appreciate the time. Thank you very much. And as always, I will see you tomorrow. A huge update came out. India this few days. 16.1 up there. Oh, very nice. I'm going to look into that. I got to go, but I'm going to look into that right now. So stay tuned. I'll look into that and I'll have an answer for you tomorrow. Okay. Appreciate the time. Thank you for viewing, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Yeah. Woo.
I just need my space right now.
Fresh off the G5 jet, I'm on my way to a brand new kit.